Why, hello friends. Good evening. Good evening. As you can see, we are starting off where we were last time with my little computer screen that I made. I've made some improvements since the last stream, so it should have some pretty good animations that we might explore a little bit later. But first of all, let's have some music, shall we? And let's get started with a bit of Minecraft. Appear game. Ah, like magic. Right, so last time I began doing some design ideas for my Truly Bedrock build. Hey, Scarab! I think it's pretty much official now. Truly Bedrock Season 7 will be coming at some point. And I know where I'm going to base, but that's kind of all I'm going to say about it. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do for my design. And I have some good ideas. I've seen some good inspiration online. I also added a zoom mod, which doesn't seem to be working. Hang on. Technical issues. Hang on. Keybinds. What's the zoom key? What's the zoom key? It should be C. Yes, toggle zoom. Right, let's make this something random that I never use. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Thanks! I wanted it to look like a, an old, like, Windows 93 computer. I'll show you the rest of it, actually, if you want, Scarab. So this is, obviously the main screen, but it also does this. It goes away. And then we can have, like, smaller screens as well. So we can have, like, a little yellow one. Or we can have a little green one. I'm not going to show the blue one just yet, though, because, we're going to do something special with that one. I also made some sunflowers for my garden. And my newest art as well. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I quite like it, but I don't know. Hi, Jade. I'm just showing off my my stream stuff. Goodbye, Artemis. Let's send her away. Right, anyway, back to the game. Minecraft is minimized. There it is. It's back. Right. Let's get to designing, shall we? So I'm really inspired by, I've watched a video by elodie.text, and they were talking about creating builds that look good from like a perspective. So they might look a bit random if you say like looked at them from this angle, but if you look at them from a perspective, they like form a picture. And I was thinking of doing it with this idea that I've got kind of going on here, like where my base is going to be. There was like I guess like a sorceress who used an ancient stone circle to cast some kind of spell to, like, I don't know, steal the magic from the land, and that's kind of the lore that I'm going with here. But I wonder if we could get the stone circle to kind of form an image of some kind. I was thinking maybe something like, let me just grab some of this purple. Something like, you know, like an orb or something in like a hook shape. So like when you look at it, it kind of forms something like this. And there'll be like something in the middle. Where's glass? Yeah, glass here. So that you get like this, oh, it's a 2-block middle. Makes me sad. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, so like when you look at it from one specific angle, you'll get this really cool like image that forms. Oh, I've done it again. two block middle. Right, one more block. There we go. There we go. So something like this. Hello, Fallow, you made it today. Where's the middle? How have I done this? How have I done this? I want it to... needs to have a single block in the middle. Right, let's try this again. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to build this as like a perspective trick if I can't even build it like just normally. Just normally. But we're going to try. We're going to try. It's good to challenge yourself, you know. Yeah, so it's going to look something like this. Hidden image builds are fun. Yes, they are. I did not realize how much I would really like to make one until I saw Elodie's video, and I was like, oh wow, that is actually sick. Because obviously, like, a lot of people are into that kind of build stone thing at the moment, where they're like using redstone to enhance their builds, which I also think is a really cool, like, inspirational idea. Oh, lunch break. That's okay, Fallow. It's alright. It's quiet. It's on YouTube, so that, you know, you can watch the rest of it later. Are we liking the outline, by the way, guys? Do you want me to keep the internet window? Because I can make it go away so we can just see the game, but, like, I quite like the aesthetic of, like, being inside, like, a Windows 98 window. But yeah, anyway, it's going to be something like this. That it forms, like, a picture of some sort. Something like this. Yeah, anyway, like some kind of orb will happen in the middle. I've got no idea how to even begin to do that. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because it's going to be like a lot chunkier than that one. So let's start with the purple. Let's start with the purple. Let's have a few different purple blocks to like mess around with. Thanks. This is like all I'm going with at the moment. This is my block palette. That's like subject to change, obviously. Later on, we'll pop up Pinterest and see if I can find some inspiration for the actual like builds and stuff that are going on here. But like my brain is fully distracted by this idea of creating like a perspective trick. So we're gonna go with that first. So what we want is sort of like the bottom pillar part to start with. It's going to be like separate. This could be. So I want to basically maybe look at it on a diagonal. Actually, like what we need to do is place a block, which is where you're supposed to stand to look at it. So if we have, so like that's like an extreme diagonal, isn't it? Like along here. So if we say you're supposed to stand like here. And that's where it becomes apparent. So this is going to need to move a bit further away, I think. Yeah, so this is like the viewing block that we're going to, see the thing from. So maybe we move this back a bit more. Because then it can be bigger. Because the closer you get, like, the smaller you have to build. So you look at it, like, from here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it'd be quite narrow at this point, so... Maybe want, so that's the middle? Yeah, where that thing is, okay. So we want two pillars kind of here, like this. And maybe they're not that big, actually. Maybe they're just, like, dinky. And I might try not to build them too similar, either. So they look like they're kind of broken up. But also, like, decorate around, because it is meant to be viewed also from all angles. It's just, like, it kind of changes. Ooh, I quite like that. How it, like, peeks out from the side there. That's really interesting. I'm starting to see how this can be used for that, like, perspective trick. So I don't like the shape of that. I think it needs to be thinner here. Okay. Could really do with like another window where I could like just continue, like have another player sat here so I could just see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. No, I'm vibing. And then, yeah, okay, so that's that block there. So we need one behind that maybe comes up to about the same height. And then it's got these on either side. I might add a little bit of something here. Maybe like that, actually, just to bring it up at an interesting height. Okay, yeah, no, I like that they're not the same. That's good, that's good. And I actually quite like using the different types of purple is like kind of giving different texture as well as we continue. All right, now we have to figure out how to do the like curved part. And I'm wondering if I should do them in sections maybe, so that it really, like, so it looks like some of these, when you're looking from like this angle, like some of these bits of the stone circle are like floating. How can I make it look like a circle? It would need to be, okay, let's place a block in the air. So this is a diagonal like this. see, if we place a block just here, what does that look like? Let's see. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Because it's like slightly hidden, but it sort of connects in like a really interesting way. Ooh, so if I wanted it to look of a similar kind of bulkiness, I'd have to like build it out a bit. Like this. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. This is very interesting. Morning, Lara. We're having a go at perspective trickery today. This is for the next season of Truly Bedrock. I think ooh, okay. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, okay. This is definitely doing something. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. And it's adding an interesting like curve to it that you wouldn't normally see. And we can also decorate underneath here because you can't actually see this bit. So we can kind of make it look like it's floating. Do I want to add a stair? Let's have a look. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, this is turning out better than this is actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I thought that it was going to take me ages to figure this out, but actually, as long as you keep going back and looking at it, it's pretty cool. I'm wondering if I should do the other side at the same distance. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, whereabouts are we going to put you? Like here somewhere? Let's see what that looks like. I decided to put my playlist at random today. Okay, that's not far over enough yet. Yeah. Because I realized I like always listen to like the same songs every stream. Yeah, okay. Those two blocks there are fine. Yeah, I don't think it actually matters whether if they're... Oh, I like the randomness, like it's like slightly over to this way. We could maybe even... If we put that there, is that going to connect it more? Let's have a look. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Look at that. I'm an artistic genius. Okay. The vision's coming together, friends. No, I want to put that there. There. Okay, and then we can kind of go a bit nuts at the bottom here because that can't really be seen. Now, one of the interesting things I saw like in this video I watched about like perspective tricks is the way that they used colored glass to add kind of shading to it. I wonder if blue... Okay, let's try a couple of different colors. Maybe cyan. And maybe like black and grey could be interesting. I might need to make myself a little stained glass palette to pick from. Okay, so what happens if we put some stained glass down the side like this? What does that do? Ooh. It certainly does something. Can we make it blend? I wonder if we stick a bit like on the top like that. Ooh. There's definitely something happening here that I'm enjoying. I wonder if we change up some of the colours. Okay. I wonder if these ones are like a little bit too far forwards to be using glass on. But I like the way that this like fades into the blocks behind. That looks really good. Yeah, that definitely works, I think. Yeah, I don't think they should be on these ones at the front. Okay. 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 Do we go pink? Yeah, I definitely think we add a bit on the top here to like blend in with the next layer. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. It doesn't quite curve as dramatically as I want it to over here. Maybe we add a bit of something, something. Because on this side, we can kind of like do a bit more like randoming. Because you're not going to see that from over here. Or are you? Ooh. You are a little bit, actually. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Nope. Okay, can we see that? Okay. Yeah, that's something we can use later, I think. I'm going to remove that. Maybe we do a bit of this action. What does that look like? Oh. Oh, yeah, no, I like that. Now that's added like a lot of curve to it. Oh, yes. Oh, baby. Right, next layer. We're going to go further back. Now, do we need to come out a bit, I wonder? I might do the next bits at like different depths to maintain a kind of circle shape, kind of. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yes, yes, I'm liking that. Okay. Because it's going to look super random, but that like really lends itself to this build that's meant to be kind of like an ancient monument of some kind that's broken up. But obviously then from a certain perspective it actually looks like a powerful magical orb thing. Okay. I maybe want the next bit for this side to be in like a slightly different location. Okay, let's see what it looks like over here. Okay. Okay, not far enough over. Or high enough, in fact. Okay. Okay, is that far enough over? Okay, let's see. Not high enough. Oh, just high enough. But not far enough over. Still needs to come maybe... Let's try those two blocks and see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, it's interesting, like, the further, obviously, the blocks go, like, they do kind of change in texture. Which is, like, one of the interesting things about using this perspective trick. Which actually means we could probably get a bit more of this in it. In an interesting way. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. What was I doing over here? Oh gosh, it's so far away. I was like placing on the wrong block. There we go. Yeah, okay. Now we're beginning to see something. Now we're beginning to see something interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, that you're getting that kind of circle shape is already starting to appear. And then we add in some of the glass. Some of that glass. Oh no, I want it like that. So it's like a pointy floating rock. Let's see. Yeah. There's that curve starting to appear. Okay. I want to sculpt it from this side a bit more. I wonder if we actually place it here. What does that look like? I hope that this is going to be a lot easier with the ghasts so that I can keep moving around. I need to bulk it out here. Maybe we put like a single floating block as the bulk for this bit. Let's see. Okay, which one of those is right? Maybe that one? Yeah. Maybe one more added to it. Just like a little floater. Just to like bulk that out ever so slightly. Something not quite there yet with this. Okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, yeah, now I'm definitely getting rid of the bottom bit, but the shape is beginning to form. Maybe we do this instead. Just like a little floaty. A little floater. Okay. Right. Yes, there's definitely something interesting happening here. So we need to have something this side, I think, to create that curve. Yeah, the curve's a bit more dramatic on this side, but I don't hate it actually. I quite like that. Yeah, that's working for me. That's working for me. I might fix the shape just slightly here with a bit of glass. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's better. Not twins, but sisters. Okay, cool. Right. I'm beginning to see the vision. The bit in the middle I definitely think needs to be made completely out of glass. Let's grab a couple of glass blocks to start kind of forming said magical orb. Because the first bit of it could be fairly far forwards. Okay, let's see. I feel like that is slightly too low. Yep, perfect. That's more like it. And then like the next bit, be like back here. And we like kind of start making a shape. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't hate that actually. I know that it's like not quite set off right, but then we could have like the next bit could be like here maybe. Too far over. Needs to come this way a bit. Alright, yeah, okay. Now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing something. You could definitely create like quite an interesting texture, like if you, with a lot of experience, I think, with this. I wonder if I could get a glass on the diagonal actually. Would be quite good. Let's try on the diagonals. Okay, let's see. What does that look like? Okay, yeah, no, we're beginning to form some kind of magic orb. I'm just going to need to figure out how to kind of like round it off a bit more. Maybe we do that in the distance though. Maybe we round it off at the bottom here, like in the distance more. Okay, let's continue with the sidey bits. They're going to need to start coming inwards at about that point, I think. So where's the next bit going to go? Let's think. Yeah, okay, that's too far over this way. So we want it maybe over here. I have no idea how I'm going to build this in Bedrock Edition. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Okay, like maybe like 1 or 2 more blocks. It's like here. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's like the middle one. Where's the fun block? Okay, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's coming in a little bit too dramatically, though. Maybe we need to sculpt it a little bit more. No, I think that's a bit too dramatic. Maybe it just needs to go straight up a little bit more before we start to do that. What does that look like? Interesting. I'm not sure I like that. The other side can stay though because you can't see it. What's that look like? Hi, Gio. We're having a go at a perspective trick. Just something I've never really played with before. I actually think this is too low. I think it needs to go higher. And that's the problem that I'm having with it. Yeah, okay, and it needs to be thickened. Which is a real word. That's really interesting. Yeah, let me just thicken it up like here. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that is now slightly too thickened. I need to like... Can you make this like that? Oh no, no, I don't like that. Already tell that was not correct. Maybe we just leave it like that. With a bit of purple underneath. Let's see. Yeah, it still looks kind of slightly too thick. Confused.com. Maybe we just use glass. Yeah, the further you get away, like, the harder it is to kind of, like, create that shape. Yeah, I like that. I might keep going in on this side. And then, like, try and mirror it on the other side. Yeah, like, some of the bits are, like, closer than others. I guess, like, the more you practice this, like, the better it gets in terms of, like, where to place things. Okay, so we want to maybe come over here. Have one that is, like, a bit closer. And start, like, that process of coming in. Yeah, so what we do is we go up really... The closer they are, like, the higher they have to be seen. That's interesting. I should be making notes. I should be making notes. Okay, yeah. I'm seeing how this is going to form, but it does need to come up just that little bit higher. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I think we need to go back further. To like here, maybe? I love the idea that this will look kind of like a very strange parkour course. Like a very weird parkour course. Yes. But I think this needs to change again. Maybe just needs to have this floaty. Let's try that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yes, we're getting somewhere with that shape. Because this has kind of added like an interesting texture to it. I think there's something missing there though. Like maybe we need to have some glass to like transition that a bit more. Can you actually see that? Just very slightly. Yeah, just very, very slight texture shift there. Okay, so what we now need is something like over here. Let's go this way a bunch. And up a bunch. It will totally get people trying to use it as a parkour course. I might see if I can do that and like make it actually possible to be used as a parkour course. For those brave enough. Yeah, that's like definitely not in the right place. Nor is it high enough. Let's get the height first and then reposition. Because that'll be what the glass is for, GL, so you can so you can jump between the different bits. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it just needs to come over. Let's see. There? Or there? I'm definitely going to need a ghast for this. Yeah, it's the middle one. Yeah, that one. Okay, goodbye. Okay. Now do we start coming inwards? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's true actually. Like if I did add the like grey glass panes, they would like, yeah, allow you to like jump between them. It looks sick. It looks absolutely sick. And that's without the other side like being mirrored. It still needs to, like the curve is quite gradual. I'm wondering if we could get a kind of a shape going inwards like that. Okay, how am I going to do this? Yeah, no, I like this one as it is. That can stay. Yes, gosh, like the more detail you look how far back we've come with it. It's like crazy. Thanks, Joel. Yeah, I like this illusion as well. It's just something, a video I saw and I thought that I want that. That is what I want in my life. Is this illusion. Right, let's see what these look like from down here. We want the, yeah, the coming inness. I actually think they look pretty good. They just need a bit of smoothing to create that. Yeah, giant build. I mean, why not? Why not? Got a season to fill. Get it coming in a bit smoother maybe. And maybe a bit of the older pillar texture. And a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of that. Okay, it needs something here. Is it this that it needs? Let's see. Yeah, I wonder if we really mess with your perspective. Oh, I've just had an idea actually, because at the moment I'm like going out and out and out and out. But actually, some of the bits that could be the top of it could come forwards. Oh yes, I'm seeing the vision now. Oh, we could really mess with people. Okay, so what if we came here and just went straight up. Okay, where does these join? Okay, yes, now I'm onto something. So we want to come like over here somewhere. Okay. Rather than like keeping spreading out, we actually, yeah, really mess with the perspective. Yeah, okay, it needs to keep coming this way. So we want to have some variance to see which one it is that it kind of... Okay, okay, we're onto something here. So if I come down, get rid of these. Okay. Okay. So we want to come down and keep this side. Let's see. This is a lot harder actually, is to get it to match up at the front rather than like continuing to build backwards. Okay, 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 okay. 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 Yeah, yeah, okay. I can see this is working. Okay, okay. So we need to sculpt this a bit so that it blends really nicely with the one at the back. Just sculpt this a little bit more. You've really got it standing like exactly in the right place. Okay, I think we bring this up one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, Gio. It does stop them from starting to look too small, because like, obviously the further you go away, like the less apparent the details become, but like that can add texture as well. Yes, okay, this is looking good. And then we want to keep doing that. So maybe I want one like here. It's gonna need to come this way somehow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so right height, wrong place. I want it to come back this way. So maybe here. Whee! Okay. Okay, let's see. Yep, okay, but then we change that to a stair block. Or maybe even just put a stair block underneath to sort of smooth the transition a bit. And put the old stained glass. Let's see. Yes. I almost feel like if we go up one more but then start it going like that. Yeah. Oh, for vertical slabs. Yeah, I know. I mean, this is basically like how people have been getting vertical slabs, is by doing like funky perspective builds. Okay. It's interesting that perspective builds look best from a diagonal as well, which is really interesting. Although I suppose you could do a front on one. It would just be like a slightly different technique. I feel that needs to come in one more. And we're going to come over... No, no, not stairs. Not stairs. And come over here. Okay. Okay, wrong height, wrong place, but, you know, that's fine. That's fine. way over here. Let's try that and see what that looks like. Yeah, it makes sense. I guess the blocks will have a narrow edge on. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's what you do is like you can even see some of these sort of like are being cut by the fact that there's like a block in front of them. It's creating that kind of illusion. Okay, right place, wrong height. I think. Let's go up and up and up. Get rid of some of the lower ones. Whee! Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going for, is that kind of like the pincers in the middle. I might bethicken this. I promise you that that is a word. And then we have some transition-ease. This is like being a true painter in Minecraft. Okay, that's too thick. But the general idea is coming together. Get rid. Get rid. Okay, we're on to something. Now I just need to do the other side. As it rises into the distance. Okay. Now where's the other one? Not too far away actually. Okay. Okay. Right height, wrong place. Needs to go all the way over here. Art time with Artemis, that's right. One day we will actually do real art time where I'd draw something. Yes, I think that is correct. We maybe put some stained glass there. I'll maybe have another set of blocks like right back here to just ever so slightly thicken this. Like, ooh, okay. Right idea, wrong place. Let's try like one block over. So it could be this block, but it could also be this block. So we'll see which one looks better. Tell you what, like, definitely having the gas is going to allow for us to do stuff like this. Yeah, that's perfect, but I think get rid of these two. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the little in the side there. Cool. Okay, what does it look like from other angles? Crazy. It looked crazy. Is what it look. Just gonna have a bit of paintage here. It look crazy. I do appreciate those people who do the kind of cyberpunk builds using the end rods. Actually look really cool. Okay, so we've got that. We need this. We need to complete this kind of circle shape. One's like in the back, right in the back here. Okay. Let's go right up. I wonder if there's a way to tell sort of exactly where you should place it. Because if we look at this, this is kind of going, yeah, basically in a diagonal, isn't it? So actually that does help with where I should then place the next one. Should be sort of here. Obviously it's all going on a perspective point from this area. Yes, yeah, so that's not bad actually, like in terms of guessing where the placement should be. Just ever so slightly over. Probably there. Whee! Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Yes, this is the point where it starts to come in a bit, so maybe what we do is I have it on this side. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, that's the thing about the gas is the scaffolding's really good because it allows you to like build it very, very quickly, but being able to move away very fast and like have a perspective to look at your build allows for you to do more of this kind of stuff in survival. Should we try it? Should we spawn a happy ghast and see if it actually works? What are they called? Dehydrated ghasts? That's a ghast. What are they called? How do you find the egg? Or is it like an item? Is it an item? I think it's an item. What category would it be under? We could have done with a happy ghast in season 6, yeah. Where does one find the happy ghast in the creative menu? Ghast? There's a ghast. There's a ghast tier. Not tried it yet. Maybe we actually have to go to the nether and find one. Maybe you have to use like a give command? Let's try the give command. Hello? Hello? Oh yeah. I got rid of the thingy. Give. Hello. Yes, give me. Miss. Minecraft. Happy. What would it be called? Gas mono. Maybe we're gonna go get one. Maybe we gotta go to the nether. Well, let's go put a nether portal somewhere out of the way. Do I have a nether portal in here? I believe that this was meant to be like a nether portal room. I just don't think I lit it. There we go. That'll do. Whoop. Flint and steel. Right. Let's get some achievements, shall we? Whee! Oh, that's interesting. It used to be like instant. Okay. Where is a soul sand valley? Biome. How do you find biomes? Find? Oh, there's a way to do this. I've forgotten how to do it. Oh, locate. Yeah, here we go. Locate. Biome. Soul Sand Valley. Here we go. 200 blocks away. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so the nether portal is here. And these coordinates. 1302. Okay. Okay, so 13 and 2. It's pretty easy to remember. Thank you, GL. We got there in the end. Okay, so it was. And we are going to TP. And we are inside a block. Nope. This one. This one? Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Creative. Whoopsie. That went really well, didn't it? Okay. Baby guest. Oh, baby guest. Please come with me. I wish to have you for a friend and not an indentured servant who I will use to help me build. Where is the bones? The thing is, you're probably not guaranteed to find. I wonder how many of them actually spawn. It's not a very big Soul Sand Valley, I'll tell you that. Eh. Hello? Yeah, you can only find them in the skeletons, can't you? I think, from what I understand. Oh, okay, I stand corrected. This is quite a big Soul Sand Valley. Where's the babies? Where's the babies? Yes, they are indeed usually found in bone structures. I seem to be extremely lacking in bone structures. Like, normally when I go into the nether, I find loads of those things. Always finding, like, a cool bone structure. I haven't tried playing with them yet. Well, I mean, we can all learn together, can't we? Come on. Where's dem bones? Where's dem bones? Are we still in spectator mode? Can I just go in the wall? Hello, lava. Where's dem bones at? Okay, we're not on the Soul Sand Valley anymore if we go over there. This is very annoying. It's a shame that you can't, like, locate the bones using the locate command. I don't think it counts as a structure. Or does it? Does it count as a structure? It does! Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be really far away. Yep, okay. We're boned. Absolutely. Okay, TP. Artemis. 2. 13 tilde 1. It's a roundabout where my end of the portal was. Oh, there it is. So what we're going to do is cry. Maybe we'll try the command again. Go back. Okay, and see if it finds one in like another direction. Nope. Okay. This is going to be fun, isn't it? So where are we at the moment? So the Soul Sand Valley was minus 100. So we need to go on the positive negative. Okay. So not that way. Nope, not that way. Not that way. I'm really bad at directions. Yeah, this way, this way. This away. And see if we can find another one. Whee! We shall search. I think also if you haven't like loaded in the world, like it's definitely not going to find them. Oh, like there's like one right here. Okay, let us load in some stuff. Okay. Locate me nether fossil. You joking? Right, let's keep going. We're just gonna fly through the nether and look for all the Soul Sand Valleys. Okay, here's another one. Find me fossil. Nope. Not a sausage. Not a sausage. Here's a despicable, whatever this biome is, the Geiger counter biome. Come on. I just want a little buddy. I just want a little buddy. I just want a little friend who can build with me. That's all I want. That's all I'm after. They better not be this difficult to find in survival, I'm telling you that. Can you breed them? I don't really know that much about them, to be honest, other than that they're like the floaty boys. I've no idea. What is this biome called again? Basalt Delta. There we go. It came to me just as I said that. Ooh. I like the cyan biome. It's very pretty. It's full of screamy boys. I have a feeling they might be. Oh, they better be. Woohoo! I'm a hot tourist. Yeah, they better be breedable if they're this hard to find. Because then we only need 2. But they're like, don't allays, I think, are the only mobs that like clone themselves. You don't need 2 of them, or do you need 2 of them? I think you only used to need 1 of them, but what do I know? What do I know? I don't know if I've got the map mod installed on this. Right, let's try again. Now that we've moved a little bit deeper. You joking me? Right, let's go this way. Right, I think we search for maybe another 5 minutes and then we pack it in. Because I want to get building. I want to get building. I've got things to be building. Everybody drink. Remember that water. I think we've like dried up all the soul sand valleys as well. There's just like none left. Just no more. I wonder how far like the locate thing goes. I don't know if it goes like several thousand blocks or whatever. Woo! That was fun. Ah, here's a soul sand valley. Okay, let's try. Give me a fossil. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. Dissatisfied noises. It really, honestly can't be that rare. I swear whenever I go in the nether I always find at least one, like, right next to the portal. This is a joke. This world does not give us. I mean, it is a flat world, but apart from in the nether. Alright, alright. No, one more soul sand valley and then we're packing it in. Here it is. Okay. And command. Find me a fossil. Nope, not a sausage. Not a sausage. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Absolutely disgraceful, Mr. Strider, that there is not a single fossil. How are you supposed to get the... No, I think what it is, they're craftable. I think you can craft them. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I think you can craft them with a gas tier. Right, let's go back into creative. Okay, I want a crafting table. Start with. And I think it's bone blocks. And a gas tier? Okay, there's definitely a way to, like, put this in all of the thingies. Oh, do you use the middle mouse button? Yeah, you do. Okay. I knew there was a way to do this. No? I'm sad. Maybe you have to put the actual ghast in there? I'm sad. Go away, bone blocks. All I wanted was a little friend. A little friend. Just a little buddy. To call my own. The heck? Oh, I didn't realise this stuff could grow in soul sand valleys. That's pretty cool. For a second I thought it was nether wart, and I thought they'd added that sneakily without like telling us. I was like, oh, don't have to find a fortress anymore. But no, that's not. Don't work like that. Okay, back to where we were before. Right, I'm going to go and cry about that in the overworld. Where's my nether? There it is. Nether portal. Back into creative mode. Okay, we'll cry about that later. Got building to do. Can't believe that. Can't believe that. Look at this. Look at this monstrosity. Doesn't it look good? Okay. Let's clear my inventory, shall we? Ooh, I wonder if we could use candles in this, actually, as part of, like, the texturing. I have seen people do some really interesting things with candles. Let's grab a few different colours of candle. Maybe some black for accent. Like, what else would be a good little accent block? I'm trying to think, like, what's got like an interesting shape to it. End crystals. I mean, why the heck not? Why the heck not? Oh yeah, you can only place them on obsidian. Lame. That's lame. Shulker boxes? It's quite an interesting texture to it, doesn't it? Well, we want to add a little bit of the old shadow. Hello there. Hello there. Oopsie. No, I wish to place. Oh, shulker boxes are interesting. Maybe a little bit too dark for like back here, where it's like faded off into the distance. But certainly in a few places towards the front could be interesting. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And candles? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, the candles are funny because they're just like peeking up. I like that there, actually. Like, we maybe add one here. I might get rid of this one. We don't need these. That's interesting. That's because of the glass in front of it. It's added quite an interesting kind of shadow effect, I want to say. Yeah, I'm going to keep them. I quite like that. That's an idea. That's definitely an idea. The candles I'm not 100% sold on, but I'm going to place them down here so I can just pick them up later, for later use. Possibly in the glowy orb bit in the middle. I want my thingy blocks back. Oh yeah, that's the slab. Okay. Now at this point, we could come back forwards, couldn't we? So we'll go across like this. Okay, that is like not even close to being in the right place, but I think it's at the right level. Maybe one lower. One lower. And then like much further across. Okay. Yeah. Almost there. Maybe gonna go across one more and then put a slab. Ooh, yeah, almost there. I think one of these bad boys, actually. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. It's slightly, like, offset. No, because we want to be coming inwards, so maybe we actually want it, like, here. Instead. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. Is it coming in at the same kind of level? Do you want maybe a bit of glass action? Maybe like another bit behind it to kind of bring it over. What does that look like? It's too far over that way. It needs to back up a bit. Back up a considerable amount. Okay, let's try that. Just to kind of create a bit of a transition. Okay. Far enough away, but needs to come this away. So, yeah, it's like this block here, I think. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, that's it, that's it. Like that kind of half look, but higher. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that makes it look a little bit more even, I think. I think that one at the back there needs to go up just a little bit higher. And then... where's this one? Okay. Just have this, and then maybe going up a little bit more. Yes. Yeah, yeah, perfect. Okay, and then we want something that's kind of... ooh, that's interesting that that's like more in front. Let's go this way. Keep going. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Hi, hi. 5 minutes ago, you're remembering the recipe for the dried gas. I looked it up for you. Apparently, it's the inverse. Oh, okay. I'm glad that I actually knew what it was made of. Thank you so much. Right, let's do it. I want my floaty boy. Damn. I had to wait 5 minutes after subscribing, which I should have done when I watched your videos with Rin. Oh, and the Create SP with Rocket. Fond memories. Both loved working with Rocket, loved working with Rin. Right. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're making a floaty boy. Okay, so we need gas tiers and bone blocks. Okay. So we do this. It's like probably too many, but you know. Huh, okay. Gas tiers around a bone block. I wonder if I have to like unlock it first? Or is it the actual like gas block that you need in the middle? Maybe. It's alright, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. I'll just keep going with this. Okay, so that is 100% in the wrong place. But I think it's as far back as I want it to be without interfering with that bit there. Let's see if that's in the right place. Oh, is it soul sand now, is it? Okay. Wait, I don't have any soul sand. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense because it's of the where it is. I try not to like... I don't really keep up with the updates when it's still soil. Because I quite like the sort of the feeling of discovery when you actually do start playing it for the first time. Or I get someone else to get it for me. Or it is not unlocked in your... oh, yeah, it could be. If it's experimental features, that's fine. It's alright. We tried. It was a valiant effort. Okay. That one. That block there, but higher. It's this block. But up more. Okay. I did not anticipate my like whole stream being taken over by this. But I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. It's quite fun. Do I have a look at that? I quite like that bit there. I don't think I want to kind of change it at all. I think maybe what I actually need to do is come forwards a bit and have the next bit like over here somewhere. Cool to see you apply the Ellie.tech. Yeah, LOD.tech technique. They only show the finished project here. I can see the apply in real time. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, I've just had to figure out how to do it after watching Elodie's video. Which I've linked in the description because credit is always important. But actually, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be, as long as you give yourself the actual block that you have to stand on and of being creative. Which is obviously why I think the ghast kind of allows this to be possible in survival. Right. Round about the right area, but needs to move over this way a bit. Maybe. Let's see. Because you just have to keep coming back to look at it, really, just to see that you're in the right place. Like, completely the wrong place, but that's quite funny. Maybe we come forwards, actually, is what I need to do. Down and forwards. Okay, let's see if any of those blocks do the job. Nope. But I definitely think I need to come forwards. This has got to sort of hit right here. Yeah, so I need to come a lot forwards, actually. Like here. The thing that I was just kind of going out and out and out, and I realized I could actually bring some of them forward again. So if we have a look at this side, like, I started off this bit where I was just going out and out and out on a diagonal, and I realized for the larger bit at the top, I'm creating kind of like a circle shape. I could actually come back in again. So some of these ones, like, forward are the upper parts of the arms of this kind of celestial, I don't know, summoning thing. Right, so this needs to come down. Down and forwards, or just down? What do we think? Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay. More down. And more forwards. Okay. Okay, we're on to something now. We're on to something. Almost there. I think one more. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Having some of the blocks in completely different areas of the build. Like touching. Almost touching. Let's see. This is how you're going to turn it into a parkour course. Okay. Okay. Up very slightly. Like that. Yes. Okay. Okay, it needs to come down, but I'm happy that we are now, like, in the right place. It's just so interesting that it's, like, touching that bit that's, like, in a completely different part of the build. Right. Are we happy with that? Does that look right? Maybe I need to turn the stair. That's what's throwing me off. Like that way. Yes, that was the correct choice. Well done. Well done, me. And I wonder if I should bring... Let's bring this one up, actually. At the back here. To, like, fill in some of the gap. Okay, something's happening there that I like. Yes, I'm going to keep bringing that one up. More. More. Okay. And maybe add... Where's my glass? Not been adding much glass. No, wrong colour. To these, like, further back ones. To add a bit of that, like, transitional shading. Alright. Hello, Windows. Oh, no! My my computer's just told me I can't continue recording the stream. Oh dear. I didn't realise I'd run out of disk space. Whoopsie. Oh well. That's fine. I'm probably not going to use this recording anyway. Actually, might have a gap in this. Like that. Ooh. Yeah, that's doing something for me. So I want it to come up one more here and one less here, I think. Like that. Let's see. This is like just pure instinct that I'm building this with. Yes, no, it needs to come up at least one more here. There we go. To create the shapes that I want. The glass, I don't know if I think I'm gonna find more difficult to deal with to do this like central bit, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, that bit isn't kind of working for me. Maybe what we do is we do this. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Just to have a little tiny gap to sell the illusion of it going round. I don't mind that actually, like as if it's kind of ruined. Okay, so we need a bit sort of here-ish. Let's come out this way. Okay, see what that looks like. Oh, it's so fun to see it come together as you stand on the correct block. Right, one over this way and much higher. Okay, let's have a look at that. Okay. Yes, perfect. Okay, so what I need to do is get rid of some of it. That bit there. Maybe have some transitional glass. I don't normally go in for like organic builds. I think this is probably the first like organic build that I've really attempted because it just tickled my fancy to have a go at something like this. Oh yes, okay, that's good. Now I want it to kind of come to a similar peak at the back here. So if we just add one more little bit to finish it off. Okay, let's see. I don't think that's going to be in the right place. It's going to be like way off. I am starting to understand like how this works. So if like, for example, like that needs to come one block over, whereas that needs to be sort of here, I think. Let's see. Does it come one block over? Let's do like that to see. This also, this needs to come up like way over here. Let's try that and see what that looks like. You're always going to end up just like going crazy floaty bits for this to work. Right. Interesting. I think it's probably those blocks that work there. The other one's still way off. Just to finish off the last bit where it sort of comes in more. I don't know if I'm going in the right direction actually, whether I should be coming this way. Let's do a few to see what's working. Ooh, hello, I'm stuck. I'm enjoying this a lot, if you can't tell. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I need that. It needs to be much bigger. And then on the other side, I guess it's kind of that block really, isn't it? It's the one that's like the furthest over. Okay, let's go down with this. Get rid of all these. Oh, this is going to be fun to build in survival. Isn't it just? Okay, let's see what they look like. I'm wondering if I should get some other crystals in as well. Okay, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. I think they just need to come up really dramatically. Just like super duper high. Which one is it? It's this one. Okay, let's go have a look. Wee. Okay, that one isn't quite the right angle. This is not quite coming in at the same angle. What am I going to do to fix that? Yeah, that's perfect. I'm going to leave that as it is. I feel like we need to have something here. To get this to be coming in at the right angle. Okay, let's have a look. Wee. Yeah, too far over. Maybe just sort of like in the middle of those two. Get rid of this. Maybe we just bulk it out. Let's see. Let us see. Okay, okay, that's doing something. Yeah, okay, we just bring it over. So maybe at the bottom here I could have a few extra blocks just for the funsies. And then the rest of it's just this bit here. Okay, let's try that. I should probably join Elodie's Discord server actually. Just to like show, get people to like give me critique on how to improve this. Okay, so the bottom's correct, the top is not. Just gonna need to shave a bit off of this and then it's good. It's interesting actually because up here, like it's the same height, but because of the way the perspective is working, it don't look good. Yeah! Nailed it. Okay, yeah. Absolutely nailed that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, it looks so good. Let's look at it. It looks so good. Yeah, just standing here, you look up and down. It is like perfectly in line. Let's take a screen cap of that. Right, and now I'm going to work on the little crystally bit in the middle. Definitely going to need a lot of these glass panes, tell you what. So we'll pick up this one and we'll pick up this one. So what shape do we want to go for with this? I want it to fill mostly this area, so actually we need to have a bit coming off here, I think, is where we go next. So I think maybe the pink. Like a little blob just here to create that like curve. Okay, let's see. Yeah, too far away. But the right idea, the right idea. Looking good, thank you. I'm very proud of it so far. Yeah. It was the right idea, wrong place. Just kind of mix it all in. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. I think we need to shave it a bit. Okay. Just a little bit, not too much. Yet that back one as well. It's interesting what you can see, actually. We just get rid of that. I can hear my husband laughing. Supposed to be playing a game. We share a wall, so I can hear him playing WoW. Alright. Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining. I think maybe I need a little bit more down the bottom here. And maybe what we do is go really far away for this bottom bit. So if I just go here, and we just go really far back to about here, what does that look like? Because they might need to come up, you see. Yeah, definitely. That's interesting. Like, it's way over there, and I was expecting it to be, like, in the middle. So, higher. Further over this way. Okay, let's try that and see what that looks like. Yeah, I just want that bottom bit. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. This. I just want this bottom bit to be like just that little bit smoother. More orb-like. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can really see how the glass like works in this technique for that kind of mystical vibe. Let's add some panes actually, just to fill out some of this mystical shape. Maybe we even add some in here. Like, see what that looks like. Oh yeah. Oh, that really adds to the texture of it. Look at that. That is really cool. I think we definitely want some floating panes as well to add to that texture. So I just put a few floaties in. See what they look like. Just gonna add to that structure. Maybe we want something here, maybe further back. Just like a little something something. Just there. Maybe not. Maybe just that. Yeah, I mean it's looking a bit more oval shaped, but we'll keep working on it as we go. So I want a bit sort of over here. So if we use this, maybe sort of here-ish to bring up that curve this way. On that side. Yes, it's slightly too far over, but the right idea. Maybe just that. Let's have a look. Yeah, still... Oh, maybe that's right, actually. Maybe we just need to, like, fill this bit out a bit. Maybe what I need to do is get rid of these two. Yeah, and then just have a look at it like that. Okay, okay, that's better. And what actually we need to do is get rid of that bit as well. And have a bit of this instead. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's better. That's that feels better. And then I actually want to fill in this bit here by going further back. Fills in that texture just there. Yes, it does. So we're gonna need to get rid of that block there. I think is ruining the circle shape. And let's just replace a bit of painage. What's life without a bit of pain? Yeah. That's good. That's good. And then it needs a bit more over here. That's what that looks like. Okay, too far over, I think. Yeah, too far over, but right idea. So if we just go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then delete these. And then maybe some panes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, still I think needs to come over a bit further. See what that looks like. Okay, yeah, no, that's getting somewhere. That is getting somewhere. So we need to like fill in this gap over here. I'm actually going to go further back to do that. Got a really big blob just here. I quite like the randomness of the glass because I'm not trying to create like a clean shape. I'm not like worrying too much about like what it looks like. I just want to create a blob, a magical blob. And that is definitely looking like a magical blob. It's coming together. I wonder if I need to make it just a couple of blocks higher. I could probably use Axiom to do that actually. It might be a bit painful though. It's fine, it's fine. When we build it on the Truly Bedrock server, we'll just make it a bit higher. Okay. Let's start kind of sculpting the shape over here. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Might add a bit of panes to it to texture it a bit. So it doesn't just look like a big lump. Because it's glass as well, I can add them behind and that will also like add to it. Because you can see through it. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I'm going to need to put something there to fill in that gap just there, but I kind of want to complete the shape first. So maybe let's have a bit that's forward actually. To do that trick where we kind of, yeah, rather than keep going backwards. We fill in a bit more of it here. We do some of the, yeah, forwards a bit. Yeah, I quite like that. Just really mess with people's heads. That kind of is starting the top of the circle. I quite like that. Go right in the middle here. Let's come up from the floor. Okay, where does that block need to go? Let's go have a look. Much higher than that. But it's in the right place, which makes me happy. Okay, let's try have a look at that. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's going to fill in that back bit there. So I want to delete from kind of here. Okay, let's get rid of a few more actually. It doesn't really matter. Okay, let's see what that's created. Woohoo. Yes, I like that. I do like that the different colours of glass also create different like emphases. Is that a word? Yes, perfect. Do we incorporate end rods? There's a question. Look at the texture of this. I've not seen the Enderman spawn eggs. That looks really cute. Oh, I like that. Do we incorporate some sparklies? Let's just throw a couple in and see what they look like. I'm not sure I like them actually. Maybe like inside. No, actually I don't think I like them actually. I actually don't think I like them. Maybe we could do them like around. That could be good actually. Along with the glass panes. Right, so we need to do this bit here. I think we'll go in the middle for this bit. I might even do it like with mostly glass panes. Leave that one there. Okay, can we see that little stick? Where's that little stick? It's just there. Where's my other one? Okay, see what that looks like. Yeah. I might just leave that as one little tiny bit. It's something here. Okay, let's put that there and see what that looks like. Is that the right place? Almost. Almost. Maybe if we come in and then use glass panes on this bit here to kind of, yeah, round that off a bit more. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Yeah. Yes, I'm starting to get it to come in, so I might actually edit this down slightly. There we go. What bit do we need to do next? This bit, and then like also need to have like a blob here to like complete this side of the circle. Okay, where did I just build? That's the problem with this. I'm just like, what bit did I just make? I don't know. I think it was this bit. I think it was this bit. But I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, yes, that was the bit that I made. Okay, so we need something there and something here. We come forwards or backwards is the question. Maybe forwards. Okay. Ooh. I like that, but like down more. Okay, let's get rid of all these top blocks. Okay. Is it gonna need to come down any more? I think this needs more rounding out. I wonder if I could literally just put like a semicircle of blocks just here, like a crescent moon, to create that shape. That like needs to be here. Be very lucky if this has worked. And it's in like the right place. It's not in the right place, but I like the idea of it. It just needs to come over a bunch more. Maybe like 2 more. And get rid of this bit. Okay, let's try that. Oh, yes. Okay, that is starting to shape that quite nicely. A little bit more. Maybe what we do actually is this. Oopsie. Oh, it's fun looking up at it, actually. Because I'm like so focused on like the details of it. Look at that. That looks cool. There we go. Look at that. It's definitely in the wrong place. Like, it definitely needs to be slightly higher. But I think I'd have to fix that from, like, the beginning. It's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I have no idea how I'm going to build this in survival. But, you know, we're going to give it our best go. Give it our best shot. like. Just really to fill up that bit there. Ooh. Yeah, that does... But it's like, it needs to be a bit more random. Like it's too smooth. No. Yes, like that. Yeah, more random. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, yes, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. So we just need something there and something like filling in this bit here. Okay. To come here, see what that looks like. Okay. Get rid of these. I can't quite see what's going on here. If that's like in the right place or not. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. It's doing something, definitely. But it needs more random. Okay. Let's look at it. This is one of those things that I think the more you practice it, like the better you're going to get at it. Like knowing where stuff has to go. Yeah, it needs to move that way. Just needs something like here. Just to kind of smooth that edge. Yeah. That was correct. Just these little couple of floating blocks here. Yes. Now circle. Yeah, this bit up here needs doing. Do we go forwards is the question. Just for the funsies. Okay. Yeah, that is not right. It needs to come like this away. So where's this block here? So it needs to be like in front of this one. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, we're getting somewhere with that. And maybe we put some panes behind it like this. Just to fill that in. Ooh. I think it should have like a very, very small gaps, like to make it look like a magical floating orb. I think this side needs a bit of work, but you know what? I think I'm going to stop there. And call that like sort of a done concept. And maybe put some magical floaty end rods. Okay, there we go. In various places. Around the edgy. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that could work, actually. I'm literally too lazy and too tired to place them now. Oh, dear. Yeah, I think that is a fantastic concept. Okay, let's go stand in it and look up. Woohoo! It's so random. Look at it. It's so random. I love it. It's just so wild. And then I'd have to create like a sort of a thing to indicate like where you're supposed to stand to see it come together. Like a clever little kind of thing where you're like, oh, that's the build. Okay. I can see some of the imperfections in it, but now that I kind of know how to do it, I think I could do this. I think I could have a good crack at doing this in survival. I do like this a lot. It'd be interesting to see what are the other blocks in my palette like would fit quite well into this. Oh, and actually whether you would use not the pale moss, what am I thinking of? The lichen to create some interesting texture, like going backwards. Let's see if you can actually see that. Now, where did I place that? Is it there? Yeah. That's interesting because it's behind the glass. It just makes it look darker. Like you can't really notice it. So say we put it on this one here. It just adds a bit of shading. It's like being a painter. Yeah, I don't hate that. But I think it works better with the glass in front of it to make it look darker. If we just take this glass down. And let's see what that looks like. Doesn't quite cover it. It would have to be here. Can I do that? Like this. Let's see that. Ooh. Now that's interesting. Now we're getting funky. Now we're getting funky. Maybe we go back further. Like this. Oh yeah. Now we getting funky. Now we getting funky. Interesting. Maybe it does need to be hit like here. Those two. Because you can kind of half glass. Ah, yes, there we go. That's it. Yeah, nice. That's really interesting. Now, do we put crystals? Is the question. Do we to crystal or not to crystal? Is the question. Oh, my other screen's just turned off. Can't see chat. I hate when it does that. Oh yeah, no, I like the crystals. That adds a bit of something something. We just need all of them. Where are my different crystals? Okay, so there's 4 different sizes. So which one am I missing? This one? This one. I think you just need to... This needs to be on the front-facing blocks. Let's try a big one. Oh yeah, that's kind of interesting actually because it's starting to make it look a bit more like it's a full kind of crystal growth. Like the actual thing is just a crystal. It's like some kind of weird growth. Yeah, I like that because it adds a little bit of spots of brightness in what is all fairly samey. And like quite desaturated, like the purple isn't as saturated as some of the other blocks. Yeah, no, I think that is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, I think I'm going to call that a night, guys. Thanks very much for coming along, and if you're watching this after the fact, I hope you enjoyed me and ahhing over this particular build. Building it in survival is going to take a while and be very painful, but I'm really pleased that I like tried it because it's such an interesting new, like, I guess not new, but like a technique that people are sort of thinking about employing more. I think we should definitely try doing this in survival. And the more you can make it look interesting when not in perspective as well, like I think it really works for like a magical build. Because it is so bizarre for that. Thanks, Abarath. And thank you for trying to help me with the gas thing. I'm sure we'll figure that out eventually. By the time the next season of Truly Bedrock comes out. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. That is wild. Alright, chums. Oh, what am I doing? I shall catch you in the next one. Let's just pull up the my other screen. Goodbye. Let's have the outro screen. Quite like using this as my outro screen. It's very cute. Woohoo! I'm so little. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back hopefully on Monday with another stream, so I shall see you then.